You're with us here on Opening Fire. SGX Future is still indicating a slightly soft start, but that comes after a big blowout day yesterday, almost 70 points on the Nifty. TCS has reported numbers, absolutely no disappointment. There were some fears, I think, after Infi reported numbers which were slightly better, that, well, TCS has to come up with even better numbers. Let's put that question to the management and how they rate the quarter. The quarter has been good if you talk to analysts. The top team at TCS is with me here to take us through what they're making of the environment right now. As always, we've got the management joining in right on the top of the show. Ajoy Mukherjee is with us, S. Mahalingam is with us, and Phiroz Vandrevala is with us as well. Thanks very much, all of you. Good morning. Great to have all of you here. Let me start with you, Maha. What's your assessment of the quarter? 3% dollar revenue growth. I mean, that's essentially strong.
It is. It has been at the beginning of the year, we had expected the year to turn out in a certain manner. We also said that it is going to be front-ended, and this quarter traditionally has been a weak quarter, mainly because of the holidays and to some extent the furloughs. So if you take all that into account, I think we have run on course, and we have delivered on all fronts. Whether it is geography, the industry verticals, and so on. And more importantly, from my perspective, is that we are also positioned ourselves very well for 2013.
Yesterday, all of you guys sounded very upbeat. At the press conference about the environment and what you see for 2013 calendar. Could you just talk about that? You said,
what the base from which we are coming is that as far as 2012 is concerned, there have been a lot of concerns amongst the companies whether they will spend and so on. We know that as far as they are concerned, technology spend is a very critical one, and outsourcing has become the mainstream and so on. So, but it was an uncertain environment. We have done quite well in that environment. Obviously, the growth rate has been lower than the growth rate of the previous year, but given the circumstances, I think we have done well, and therefore we have positioned ourselves quite well. We expect a lot more of so-called discretionary spend, which is really in the technology space. We also see great momentum in different markets and so on, and that's the reason why we have said that having established an exceedingly good base in 2012, 2013 should be better.
Phiroz, how are things looking? Is 2013 looking firmer environment-wise compared to 2012?
See, a lot of the uncertainty that existed in 2012 is now sort of moving ahead. Europe was a big issue. Clearly, if you look at how the European markets are behaving, the general mood, the fiscal cliff was the other issue, which somehow seems to have been managed. So at the macro level, it seems like a better environment, unless, of course, something significantly changes. And if you look at our own pipeline, and if you look at the momentum that we have, that gives us the confidence that it should be logically a better year.
It should be better than 2012. Not to put any numbers in terms of guidance, but essentially what you said is you do at least NASSCOM's upper end of the range growth projection. Maha, that's what.
That's what we said for
you do at least that
2012-13 that we would do better,
yeah.
Because in the normal scheme of things, the Indian Tier 1 companies have to do better than NASSCOM estimates in order for NASSCOM estimates to be better. So that is the basis on which we come.
Yeah, but broadly, you do at least that much, but
we should do that because NASSCOM estimate ultimately is an aggregation of the estimates.
Yeah. No, I'm saying what could it shoot up to? What are we looking at?
It is difficult to say. I think what you could do is that at the end of this year, that is a fiscal year, if you compare the outperformance with NASSCOM, that probably would give you an indication.
Phiroz, you had a point.
I'm saying it's only one quarter left.
Yeah.
We said, NASSCOM had guided between 11 and 14. We said we'd be at the top end of that.
Yeah.
So we are running on course to be on top end of that.
Ajay, what happened in your side of things? Hiring and how are things looking? 2013.
I think from an HR side overall, it's been an excellent year, and quarter-wise also it's been a good quarter. We added about 17,000, and totally what I had initially said we will be doing 50,000 this year. We have already done 49,000 plus. So we are pretty much on course, as Maha was saying. In fact, next quarter we'll be doing around 10,000 more. So ultimately we'll end up doing about 60,000 gross hire for this year. Then if I look at the overall retention of people within TCS, that's all-time high. It's about highest in the last 24 quarters. So there are a number of things that are
Attrition
at play, which is the attrition
one of the
side
lowest,
is the lowest.
right?
Yeah. So I'm just talking about the reverse, which is the retention being the highest in the last 24 quarters. And then if I look at the productivity side, the way the whole competency is being built within the organization, that is also working out pretty well. The productivity has gone up, and the whole learning and development, leadership pipeline. So things seem to be at right place at the right time, including our hiring on site. That's also increasing. So overall, I think things are pretty good.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for Retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.